welcome back to the channel and welcome to another theme park vlog. We're on our way to Hollywood Studios and this is going to be an exciting vlog. We've got a lot going on, we've got a lot of things to do today, and we've got a lot to celebrate. Today is July 1st, tomorrow is Ethan's birthday, so this is kind of a trip for his birthday. We couldn't actually go on his birthday because we're blocked out. Our annual passes are blocked out for tomorrow because of July 4th weekend, but I was able to make a reservation for today and we're both off. Part of the reason we're going to Hollywood Studios is because I booked him a reservation to build his own lightsaber, so that is part of his birthday gift. So we're gonna do that later today. Got that reservation. We got a reservation to eat at Woody's Roundup Rodeo barbecue for lunch. We've never tried that, so that should be fun. But there's also the two new shows that we still haven't seen yet, the Villain Show and the Little Mermaids, because while we're there, they've got these annual pass holder coffees going on for each of the parks. We can try that one. And what we are celebrating is we actually got engaged a couple weeks ago. I haven't actually put it really on the vlog, and I'll have another vlog like kind of more detailing the engagement and all of that, but with like a Q&A and whatever. But we got engaged about 2 weeks ago on our 3 weeks ago on our 2-year anniversary. So very exciting time for us. So I want to get little buttons for his birthday and our anniversary, and I want to look at some ears and whatnot and just have a great day and celebrate. Yeah, I'm just so excited for the park day. The weather's not like terrible out. It's only the high 80s right now. So I think it should be a fun day. Are you excited?
Very excited.
We've made it to Hollywood Studios. We've got about 2 hours until our reservation at Woody's Roundup Rodeo barbecue. So I think we're gonna go into the stores and try and get our buttons. I also want to try and find some white ears, like bride ears, and just to kind of complete the fit. I wore white today for the occasion. You wore black today, so that works out great. The day is like literally perfect, especially for it being like normally sweltering. We got our little buttons and wrote our little messages on them. So now we're on the hunt to find some white ears, but I'm not really seeing them in this store. So I don't know if this will actually be more difficult than I thought. These are the new white ears I've been seeing everyone talk about. They say Mickey Mouse on the side, but they don't have a bow. And they had a bow, but people like them because you can customize them really easily, but it just kind of looks a little too plain to me. And again, I just wish I had a bow, but it says Mickey Mouse right on the side there. Yeah, we're striking out with the ears. Every store I go in, the only like bride ears they have are like the hat, which I don't want, or they have that new white headband, but it's just ears. There's no bow, there's no veil, there's no nothing. So I'm like, that's not really what I'm looking for. So we're now at the new Villain show, Villains Unfairly Ever After. This will be the first time we get to see it, but it looks cool. I don't really know a whole lot about it. I've seen like little clips. I know like a very basic like storyline, but this will be exciting to see it. We're inside the new show, Villains. What is this called? Villains Unfairly Ever After. I'm pretty sure the basic storyline is that it's all of these villains are telling their story and why they were like wronged, and like how like they're not actually the villain or like whatever, and you're kind of deciding as an audience who you think had it worse or like whatever, something like that. And so the audience like votes at the end, which then changes the ending of the show. So like you could see kind of a different show depending on like who wins, but it's like Maleficent, Cruella, and Captain Hook, and there's songs and the magic mirror and like all of that. So we have actually a really good seat, so I think this should be really, really fun.
Is it my fault I have a flair for fashion, or that the poppy stirred my passion? Great artists are always misunderstood. It's enough.
your service. No applause. That brat Peter Pan gets all the attention. Even Smee likes him better than me. Do you? Dare you boo me too? Well, that's just because I'm so horribly misunderstood. Do you not realize what a benevolent captain?
That brought sleep, beauty, kiss of true love. I suppose it's better than be happily ever after, Princess Aurora. Menagerie! Does anyone ever think of it like that? Tragically misunderstood! Magic mirror on the wall. Misunderstood. Your call.
No, that would...
Alright, we just got out of the show. There was a little bit of a technical malfunction in the middle, so we had a little pause, but we were able to finish the show. The show is really interesting. So yeah, you have the three villains, they all have their little moment, and you essentially vote at the end of who you thought was the most misunderstood, and then that changes the ending as far as like who does that final number. So ours, Cruella, was deemed the most misunderstood. What did you think of that show?
I liked it a lot. I thought that it was a little loud.
It was a bit loud.
But we were also up towards the front.
It was a bit overstimulating.
Yeah.
I
The
think
songs were catchy. I'm sad Hook didn't win because this was the best number.
he voted for Hook and I voted for Maleficent. But to be fair, I think it was so much going on. I didn't really get what their arguments were as far as why they were misunderstood.
It was just like, I'm a villain, so vote for me.
And I realized once Maleficent came, I was like, oh wait, I don't actually know anyone's argument. And Maleficent was the only one that I like got, where she was like, well, because of my curse, Sleeping Beauty like found her prince or whatever. I was like, okay, that's fair. Like, but Maleficent also didn't have as big of a number.
Hook had the biggest number, I think, with the crocodile.
That looks exhausting.
Yeah.
Like, holy cow.
He's all over the place.
And Cruella had like 17 different costume changes within her number. But like Maleficent was just a lot more like slow, and like I feel like she had an unfair, like, it was kind of unfair because she didn't have as show-stopping of a number, so her applause wasn't as big.
Yeah.
So I think people were just voting for which number they liked the best.
It's hard to make her sing songy though, because she's so like solemn and like she's a queen, so like it's hard to like, I don't know, make that happen, I guess. Whereas Hook is like this silly goon. Yeah,
it was wild. Yeah, definitely just a bit overstimulating, but it was really cool, all the technology and the effects they were doing, and like, well, no, I would definitely see it again. Like, I think that's kind of fun that like you could see it multiple times and get 3 different endings. But yeah, so we are gonna meander our way around Hollywood Studios. We're gonna try and find a little guest experience tent to see if we can move Ethan's lightsaber building to a little bit earlier. But we have our lunch reservation at 1:35, which is in like 30 minutes. So we're gonna do that next. And because we don't really want to be here like all day. So that's why we kind of want to move his lightsaber thing up. Because right now it's at like 6:45 or something, because I thought we would be coming like from work to here. I didn't think we'd have the whole day to spend here, but that's the plan. Alright, so one thing Disney is doing right now is in basically all of their parks, they have kind of like a kids zone-esque area that they're having characters out and doing, they have different like third-party companies having all these acts out. So right now where the Disney Junior used to be, this is now called like Get Animated with Mickey and Friends. So they've got the Chipmunks back there, you've got Pluto coloring or whatever, Goofy's over here, you just had Daisy walked out. But just like a really cool thing for kids to be able to like meet the characters and interact with them without like a super structured meet and greet. And they have like just different acts that will perform here throughout the day, but super duper cute. Alright, we just stopped at the guest experience tent. We were gonna try and see if we could move Ethan Stavi's reservation up a little more so we weren't waiting as long, but it doesn't look like they're able to kind of modify that right now. So we're gonna go have lunch and we'll see what we do in between before we go to that at 6:45. But we are now entering Toy Story Land and we're gonna go to Woody's Roundup Rodeo Barbecue. So exciting!
be heavy.
Well done, cowpokes. Regular.
There's a lady over there that moves.
You should have seen these people over here. They were like passed out. It was so funny. All right, so how this works, this is like an all-you-can-eat, like shareable type of thing. So we have biscuits, we pick a salad, and then we are gonna get the meat platter or whatever. And then we get these sides, and then we each pick a dessert. A lot of options, but this is so cute. Okay, so our server just came by and gave us the whole spiel of the place. Basically, we actually get both salads, didn't know that. And then she saw all of our like buttons and stuff like that. Normally we would pick like one dessert each, but she said she's gonna give us a little sampler of all of them. So, top tier. Freaking love it. You got a pinwheel of sausage?
Hell yeah.
Here's our little dessert trio. This is like a cupcake, I think. This is strawberry shortcake, banana cream pie, lemon blueberry cheesecake, and then a chocolate silk pie. Normally only get to pick one per person, but she gave us the whole sampler. So we finished our lunch. We came over to Galaxy's Edge just to inquire about if we could move our time a little earlier or not. And shout out to Seaman, he was able to get us in the next group. So we won't have to be here as late, which will be nice. But I didn't even realize how many options you really get with this. I actually had no idea how any of this worked. But you get like 4 different like things to choose from, and then within those you have different options for all of the pieces. So we'll be in the next group and I'll get to watch Ethan build it all. But it should be very fun. He chose the dark side.
I didn't. I chose.
You're making the evil lightsaber.
It's not evil, it's power and control.
It looks like
But
Darth Vader.
it's not going to be a red blade, so that's all that matters.
I don't know.
Red blade is bad person.
I don't know
Any other
anything
color?
about Star Wars.
Well, huh?
So I don't know anything about Star Wars.
That's what they goes.
Watching anybody? This new jump. For good reasons. Allow me to explain. You see, we humbly call ourselves the Gatherers, for we search the galaxy for ancient relics. We look at abandoned places, forgotten outposts, battle-ravaged planets. And what we find out there, we gather and bring here to our workshop. That hyper crystal might be for you.
You chose green.
In the boxes in front of you, you'll find all the components you'll need to construct your very own lightsaber. They have been arranged by our gatherers to facilitate this work. Here you will find your chassis, your activation plates, your grits, your emitter, and your pommel cap. Let's build. Hello there.
I want to let you know there's a control one.
Very good. How about here? How do you feel? Good, powerful Sith components here. Should I be worried? A little bit. A little bit. Okay. I'll step away slowly. Remember, Kempe's your friend, right? Yes. My friends, you ready to wield these lightsabers? Yes. Take a moment first, clear your mind, and just hold your change. This. Wait. What's happening?
Much skill have you shown. Chosen for yourself, you have. Now, joined you will be. It is time.
Master Yoda. Yes, it is indeed time to take that first step. The bond between Saber and Wielder is about to be forged. My friends, in a moment I will invite you to step forward and place your hand on the hilt of your lightsaber. Then on my command, you will all activate your lightsabers together. Builders, are you ready? Yes! Then it is time. Step forward. Place your hand on your hilt and activate. Now raise your lightsaber. Congratulations, my friends. You have built a lightsaber.
That thing. lighting.
Can't even see the light.
I know, it's too bright out. We've got some time to kill before the Little Mermaid show, so I think we're gonna meet some Pixar characters and get our annual pass holder coffee while we're here. All right, we got some cute pictures. We met Joy and Frozone and Sully, and now we're grabbing the annual pass holder coffee for Hollywood Studios before we head over to see the Little Mermaid show. This one is a under the sea salt caramel latte, which sounds delicious. So I'm very excited about it. Now hopefully it'll give us that last boost of energy so we can make it through the rest of the day and then head home. All right, here's our latte. Take a sip.
Oh,
Is it good?
it's really good.
Very salty? Oh yeah, that is a bit salty, but it's good. I wish there was like a caramel drizzle on top or something, but it's not as sweet as I thought it would be for a latte, but it's good.
Gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got who's it's and what's it's galore. You want to think of a box? I've got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more.
We just got out of the Little Mermaid show, and holy cow, we just made it into that show. Like they were telling us when we were in line that like, hey, you guys may not get to see the show because we are like, might be at capacity around this area. And they started letting people in, and it was like a minute till showtime, and they were like, sorry guys, we don't have any more seats. We were like the 6th or 7th people like next to go in, and then they were like, all right, just kidding, we have 10 more spots, and we made it in literally as the show is starting, and we are like trying to find our seats in the dark, and ended up sitting like front row right in the center, which like is a little hard to see because you're like looking up and over the stage. I would say the show is very different from the original.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily like a positive or negative thing, but it's very different. Like obviously technology so much more improved and like a lot more effects and lighting and all of that stuff, but also just how they presented the show I think is very different. What was your opinion of the show?
I think it was good. Again, loud.
Very loud.
We're also at the very
front. In the very front, yeah.
But it was a good show. I enjoyed it.
I think like some issues I have with it was they like, when like Ariel loses her voice or whatever, like they didn't have that moment where she like washed up on a rock and like Eric found her. They just went straight.
They cut a lot of like the cuts and pieces.
Yeah.
What's Ursula's human form? What is her name?
She's a human form?
Remember? And then she tries to fall in love with Eric, and then
I don't know.
Ariel's singing voice, but that was completely cut. It skips from.
But they didn't have that in the original show.
No. But I'm just saying in the story it's missing.
I was mainly looking for her to be like washed up on a rock and him to discover her, but they just went straight to kiss the girl, and they're just like sitting in a boat. So that was like a little weird for me. And just how, I don't want to like ruin any sort of character integrity, but just like how they presented Ariel with her tail and like the choreography, like maybe it's because we were in the front row, but like I obviously could see how that was working, and like it kind of like takes you out of the magic of it. And I don't know, maybe I just kind of liked the old show where she just like sits on a rock the whole time, but like it was just different, and it gave her more movement ability and be able to like animate more, but I don't know, maybe I just wasn't as big of a fan of it. Ariel was beautiful though, her singing was great, but yeah, it's just these new shows are just like a lot. So maybe like don't be in the front row and maybe you'll be able to experience it a lot more. But also the show was like, we were kind of behind a screen the whole time. Like
an effects scrim.
So they were able to do like a lot of projections on it, but it was kind of like you were watching the show like through a TV screen almost, is like kind of what it felt like to me. And I don't know, maybe that made me feel a little more distant, but overall like I would absolutely see these shows again, and they're in their beginning stages still, so like they're working out the kinks, but definitely get there early because they will fill up. I'm very glad we got in and we're able to see both of them today.